Today we are going to start with the first topic of general science. There are total 19 topics in this year for you to study. The first topic is living world and classification of microbes. Dear friends, we'll discuss today regarding living world and classification of microbes. Now what is living world? That is nothing but we are going to study the plants and the animals. Classification of microbes. So microbes are nothing but they are microorganism. Today's topic of discussion. Today we are going to see biodiversity and need of classification and what are the criteria of classification. Now basically first thing you should understand what is biodiversity. Biodiversity is nothing but the variety of plants and animals which are present on this earth. Last year we have discussed that all living organisms on the earth they have adapted according to geographic regions, food ingestion and defense. Now geographic regions, that is climatic conditions, the region where they live. Food ingestion means the type of way the food they are taking. Then defense, how do they keep themselves away from the enemy, or how do they protect themselves from the enemy. While adapting these all things, many differences were observed in the organism of the same species. Now these differences, when they were observed in the organism of the same species, according to 2011 census, around 87 million species of living organisms were found on the earth, including land and sea. To study such vast number of species, it was difficult for the scientists to remember, and therefore they found difficulty in remembering an application. So it was a need of the time. It was essential for them to divide them into groups. So scientists decided to classify this living world, and they created understanding the similarities and differences among the living organism. This living world was classified into groups and subgroups. The process of dividing living organisms into groups and subgroups is called as biological classification. Now biological classification, why this word is being utilized? Because we are classifying living organisms and biology deals with living world. If you see the history of this, the classification, scientist Carl Linnaeus in 1735 he divided living world into two kingdoms, that is Vegetalia and Animalia. Now the binomial system, that is giving two names, the genus and the species, and of nomenclature. Nomenclature means naming. It was discovered by Carl Linnaeus. He was the first to divide the living world into two kingdoms, that is Vegetalia and Animalia. Haeckel in 1866 he considered three kingdoms, that is Protista, plants and animals. 1925 Chatin created two groups of, that is prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Now prokaryotes, these are nothing but organisms which has prokaryotic cell. It is a primitive type of cell which is present in unicellular microorganisms, where the nuclear material will be dispersed in the cytoplasm. Whereas eukaryotes is the advanced type of cell, eukaryotic cell, which is present in eukaryotic animals, microorganisms, where you will see that the cell material, nucleus will be enclosed in the nuclear membrane. All the cell organelles, they will be covered with the membrane. The cell organelles, they are also called as organs of the cell, which carry out different activities of the cell. The organelles example, last year we have discussed vacuoles, mitochondria, the cytoplasm, we can say the endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies, these lysosomes, these all are different organs of the cell, and they are called as organelles, cell organelles. In 1938, Copeland divided living organisms into four kingdoms, that is Monera, Protista, plants and animals. Now this process of dividing living organisms into groups and subgroups is called as biological classification. Now this can be asked as a what do you mean by biological classification? The answer is here. The process of dividing living organisms into groups and subgroups is called as biological classification. How many species are there? In 2011 census, 87 million species. Where they were found? They were found on the earth, including land and sea. What was the criteria? When they were on the earth, they have adapted according to geographic regions. Food ingestion means how do they take the food. Defense mechanism means how do they protect themselves from the enemy. So these, and who was the person who has invented binomial system? That is Carl Linnaeus. What is binomial system? Where we give, it is a nomenclature system where we discuss regarding the two ways. Two names will be there. One will be a genus and one will be a species. Now after that, Robert Harding Whittaker he was an American ecologist. Ecologist means one who study regarding ecology. In 1969, he divided the living organism into 5 groups. So these 5 groups were classified on the basis of certain criteria. The classification criteria what he utilized, there were 5 criteria. The first one is complexity of cell structure. Now how is the cell structure? Whether the cell is a primitive type of cell, that is a prokaryotic cell, or whether it is an eukaryotic cell. Prokaryotic, I told you just now that they will be it is a primitive type of cell, whereas eukaryotic is a advanced, where organs of the cells will be closed in a membrane. So the primitive is a simple cell, we can say, and eukaryotic cell is an complex cell. Now complexity of organism, whether the organism is unicellular or multicellular. The word itself explains. Unicellular means a single celled microorganism. For example, you take amoeba. Amoeba, where a single cell is carrying out all the functions of the organism. So it is unicellular, euglena. Multicellular, we are multicellular organisms. So complexity, what is here? The multicellular will be a complex, whereas unicellular is a simple organism. Now mode of nutrition. Nutrition means how do we take the food. Now plants, they are autotrophic. Now why they are autotrophic and photosynthetic? Because plants can prepare their food, so they are also called as producers. Now why they can prepare their food? As they have a green pigment present in the leaves, that is called as chlorophyll, chloroplast. So this chlorophyll pigment, with the help of water, carbon dioxide and sunlight, it's able to prepare the food, that is in the form of sugar, glucose, and that process is called as photosynthesis. We have learned in 7th standard what is photosynthesis. So plants have the ability to prepare their food, they are independent, and therefore they are called as autotrophic. Now photosynthesis is a phenomena which is being carried out by the plants, and therefore they are called as photosynthetic. What is a byproduct of photosynthesis? That is glucose. The formula for the glucose is what? C6H12O6. Now the plants, they are autotrophic, whereas fungi they are saprophytic. Now saprophytic means what? They depend for their food on dead and decaying matter. Their absorption from dead organism. Animals, we are animals, so we are heterotrophs. So they are called as heterotrophic and ingestive. We don't eat, we have to take the food in hand and then we keep it in the mouth. So ingestion. Heterotrophic means we are dependent for the food on other, that is plants also and certain animals also. So heterotrophic means we are dependent we cannot prepare our food. We have to depend for the food on the plants. Therefore we are heterotrophic. That is mode of nutrition was the third criteria which Whittaker used for classifying the living organisms. Now the lifestyle. Plants, they are producer. Just now I told you the producer means they are self-sufficient, they can prepare their food, they are independent, they are autotrophs, or other way they are called as producers. Animals, we are dependent for the food on the plant, therefore we are consumers. Here also further you will see there are primary consumers, secondary consumer and tertiary consumers. At this minute you will remember only that animals, they are consumers, that means they consume whatever the food is being prepared by the plants. Fungi, they are decomposers. Now what is decomposers? Decomposers means they will decompose the complex substances into simpler one. So fungi, they are decomposers. Then phylogenetic relationship, that is prokaryotic to eukaryotic, or you say unicellular to multicellular. Now let's see the chart which was given by the Robert Whitaker. He said living organisms, they are broadly classified into two groups, prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Now prokaryotes, first it will be classified into unicellular, that is primitive type of cell, single cell, and a kingdom called as Monera, that is a first kingdom, it comes under prokaryotes. Then eukaryotes, they were classified into unicellular organism and multicellular. In the unicellular, the second kingdom he named as Protista. The organisms which are unicellular and they have eukaryotic type of cells, they will come under the kingdom Protista. Now the little advanced one, multicellular, further classified into three kingdoms. First one, that is fungi. Here in fungi, the cell wall is present but organisms cannot perform photosynthesis. Now you all know that for performing photosynthesis, four things are required. One is chlorophyll, carbon dioxide, water and sunlight. So fungi doesn't have chlorophyll pigment. They cannot carry out photosynthesis, but they have cell wall. The fourth kingdom is Plantae, or we call it the plants, where the cell wall is present and organisms can perform photosynthesis because they consist of chlorophyll. And the last kingdom, that is fifth kingdom, that is Animalia, there is no cell wall. Cell wall is absent, only directly you will have cell membrane, but cell wall will be absent in Animalia. So Robert Whitaker, he gave 5 kingdoms. The first one is Monera, second Protista, fungi, Plantae and Animalia. Who was Robert Whitaker? He was an American ecologist. What were the classification criteria? First one, complexity of cell structure, complexity of organism, mode of nutrition, their lifestyle and phylogenetic relationship. Now in this first page, what can be the questions asked? What do you mean by biodiversity? Who has invented the binomial nomenclature system? How do Robert Whitaker classified the living world? Or what were the criteria used by Robert Whitaker to classify the living world? Who was Robert Whitaker and what is biological classification? And give the flow chart of classification of living organism which is present in front of you on this page. So try and answer these questions, read the lesson properly, and I have uploaded a video. Please go through that video sincerely and thoroughly so that you can understand the concept more clearly.
Chapter 1: Living World and Classification of Microbes. In this chapter, we shall study following important points: biodiversity and need of classification, 5-kingdom system, characteristics of kingdom, Monera, Protista, fungi, classification of microbes and its characteristics. Let's learn each of these in detail. Biodiversity and need of classification. Last year we learned that all the living organisms on Earth have adapted according to geographic regions, food ingestion, defense, etc. Ingestion means taking in food. Defense means to fight against enemy. While adapting, many differences are observed in the organisms of same species too. According to 2011 census, around 87 million species of living organisms are found on the earth, including land and sea. To study such a vast number, it was essential to divide them into groups. So groups and subgroups were created, considering the similarities and differences among the living organisms. So this process of dividing living organisms into groups and subgroups is called biological classification. Five Kingdoms System. Robert Harding Whittaker, 1920 to 1980, was an American ecologist. In 1969, he divided living organisms into 5 groups. For this classification, Whittaker considered following criteria. 1. Complexity of cell structure. Prokaryotic and eukaryotic. 2. Complexity of organisms. Unicellular or multicellular. Mode of nutrition. Plants, autotrophic, photosynthetic. Autotrophic means organisms that prepare their own food. Fungi, saprophytic, absorption from dead organisms. Saprophytes are organisms that obtain food from dead organisms. Animals, heterotrophic and ingestive. Heterotrophic are organisms that obtain their food from other living organisms. 3. Lifestyle. Plants, producers. Animals, consumers. Fungi, decomposers. 4. Phylogenetic relationship. Prokaryotic to eukaryotic, unicellular to multicellular. Let's have a look at this figure. 5 Kingdom System of classification. Living organisms are classified into prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Prokaryotes includes unicellular organisms, which are included in kingdom Monera. Eukaryotes are unicellular organisms or multicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms are included in kingdom Protista. Multicellular organisms includes kingdom Fungi, where cell wall is present but organisms can't perform photosynthesis. Multicellular organisms also include kingdom Plantae, where cell wall is present and organisms can perform photosynthesis. Multicellular organisms also include kingdom Animalia, where there is no cell wall.
Dear students, I hope you might have understood what do you mean by binomial nomenclature, what is biological classification, what is the history of classifying living world, who has classified the living world into 5 kingdom system, and what were the criteria used for classification. Next session we will discuss regarding this each kingdom and their characteristics. Thank you.